Yeah, this game is notoriously short. Anyway, so, hello folks, Reignited here. Back with some more Spyro Reignited trilogy. We're still playing the first game. This is World 3, the Magic Crafters. Now this guy's a jerk. So, there is a different way to do this. To catch this guy. Okay, now I gotta get these druids lined up. Achievement! Yay! I gotta love it.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Don't you mean recover? Stop rolling your R's there for a moment, huh? Okay, now this is actually funny. I think this still works in the Reignited trilogy. So normally this guy will just spawn a wall in your way you can't get through. But you can attack him with this. Screw making me go around. I'm gonna go right through you. Same principles apply here. You dare laugh at me? So, one thing I will say is, I like the way the druids look in this game. In the original, they looked kind of horrifying. Alright. That egg thief is going to have to wait a moment. At least in this game, they actually look like druids. A little more human-like. Take that. Sorry about those that do watch, wonder why I'm not playing Tears of the Kingdom like everybody else. Well, my reasoning is it is in my backloggery. I apologize. I have too many games and a full-time job. What can I say? So I gotta concentrate a bit more on one game or one set of games.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead, try it.
Okay, so this is the world that introduces a new concept, at least to this game, called the Supercharge. As its name suggests, it is a very powerful attack in which, well, it's a little wonkier in this game, unfortunately. But see, you build up some speed, and then there's like an extra bit of speed. It's very weird how it works in this game. Okay, there's the key. Boulder.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
No worries, we got no time for your speeches, old man. Now, do I actually have enough to move on?
Thank you, Spyro. Hop aboard for the... Would you like to go?
I've already met the requirements to go to the next world, but let's not do that. We still have some unfinished business to take care of here. Okay, so that other thief. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention that. Sometimes fodder will spawn what's called a blue butterfly, and they'll give you an extra life. I don't like the idea of having both methods of getting extra lives in this game. I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, so that egg thief. One way you can do this is use the supercharge because it's set up to where you can actually make it back here and not crash into the wall like I just did. Yep. Or just cut them off like that. That works too. So you're going to start seeing a trend here. This is when they go nuts with the dragon eggs. A lot of the worlds in this realm have 2 egg thieves in them. So next, since we completed the home world, Alpine Ridge is technically next. Now this realm does have a few worlds I do not like. Simply because, when you were a kid, how would anyone have figured out some of this? This one's pretty straightforward. I was able to figure it out as a kid. Also, the druid is throwing Wumper Fruit, which I find hilarious. Further proof that Spyro and Crash share a development team. At least at one point they did. Where'd that druid go? That druid, like, vanished. What happened? Oh, he just fell to his death. Okay. Oh, remember seeing things like this. With the green druids moving platforms and weird things like that. Yeah, we'll revisit it sometime later.
Oh, Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
So there are 2 paths forward. Down here, and then this area where it looks like we have some wizards fighting. Now, the blue ice wizards, these guys are mean. Like, they do... I'm not going to make it. Yay! Oh yeah, that's right. You can't make it from there. Duh, how can I forget? Huh? What's that? Okay, here's why this is hard. There's 3 of these ice wizards. Also, get used to seeing that again. Where you have a massive quantity of enemies to deal with. It's fun. You dare laugh at me? Mwahaha. Okay. And then it leads to the path forward anyway. Yeah, those things are a little scarier in the original because, well, you know, the sprites were a lot more horrifying. And, they sound like elephants for some strange reason.
Thank you for releasing me.
At least you have a cool design. Yes, he's just another thank you for releasing me dragon. What? 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 What are hitboxes? Like, really now? Yeah, see? This guy's feeding them Wumpa fruit. So yeah, this level's not super exciting. It's pretty linear and straightforward, aside from one section, which we'll get to in a sec. So, do these guys like glitch through the level or something? I love the crystal wings.
If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the magic crafter's world.
Okay, now, I didn't understand how to beat this level because I didn't think you could make this, but you can. Well, under normal circumstances you can. I'm not sure what happened there. That's what you're supposed to do, derp. Derp! Ah! Don't. Pulling from ripping off the Niskel. Don't. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about the Reignited trilogy is that the flying is very wonky and doesn't work half the time. I end up losing more lives to weird flying mechanics than anything else in the series. Well, than anything else in this game. Again, wonky gliding mechanics. I don't like it. Now, this isn't a latency problem. This actually just happens in this version of the game, unfortunately. Because you saw that little hop there. That's what he's supposed to do. But for some reason, he can't do it! I love how I still got the achievement, even though I just failed abysmally there. Oh, add that one to the highlight reel. See, another thing is, the big reason why I don't like gliding in Spyro 1 is you have no way to hover. We'll get to there when we get to there, but the fact that you gotta rely solely on a perfectly timed jump and glide is kind of irritating. Kelvin.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
Okay, so what I normally do is I kind of ignore this guy and then go after the treasure along the path, and then I nail him. Like that. Normally it's not that smooth, though. I normally have to chase him around a few more times. Huh. I seem to have missed some treasure. Where would that be? Where did you come from? Oh. Whoops. This is why you need to be diligent, folks. Also, I love the way the mountains look. Okay, so Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. What is the deal with the mountains in that game? And then this game does it well? That's not how mountains work. They're not all just snowy tops and nothing else. You know those things are just giant rock formations, right? That happen to point upward. That's what mountains are. Now, it being snowy at the cap, that makes sense, but the fact that they do that is kind of lazy. I gotta make up for those extra lives. Yes, the egg thieves respawn. They're just carrying the little treasures. They give you extra lives. That's really all they do now. Okay, let's deal with the elephant in the room. The high caves. Now, if you have arachnophobia, I recommend you don't watch this level. You'll see what I mean soon enough. It's like the level doesn't even want to load. Also, this was in the tech demo for this game. More wizards fighting each other. Okay, yeah, these giant armored spiders. These guys are mean. You cannot charge them, you cannot flame them, but they hold treasure. So how are you supposed to beat them? Well, we'll have to go the other way, and I'll have to show you. Beat the ice wizards, then go after the wind wizards. I didn't know that these things were wizards all those years ago. Now, the ice wizards I knew were wizards, but the wind wizards I had no idea.
must do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
Now, obviously, they have a much bigger animation budget in this game than they did in the original. So, all the dragons look the same back in the original. So, I like the fact that they gave them some variance in how they look and some personality! Okay, I can't make that. Can make this though. And screw y'all! Screw y'all! Okay, so there is a skill point in this level. It's this painting up here. You have to torch it. That's it. Okay, one thing I like about this level is it has a safety net. If you fall off the cliff here, you do not fall to your doom. These fairies rescue you. But it's only in this part of the level, nowhere else. And yeah, this is a supercharged ramp. You can understand my frustrations. Ajax? Wait, Francis?
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
You know, they cut down his dialogue there. In the original, he said, "You know, of course you know that supercharge makes you all but invincible." He used to ignite the other one. Guess it doesn't do that anymore. So yeah, the good old collectathon. Gotta love them. Don't need to use the supercharge just yet. We'll get there. Nope. But at least you have the safety net. Okay, maybe I do. Alright, I'll take a hint. Nope. Still can't make it. Now, when I was a kid, I could not complete this level. It was actually impossible for me because I could not figure out how supercharge works. There's another level that's more infamous for that, but we'll get there when we get there. Is it possible to go from here over here? Yes, thought so. Come back here, you swine! Get over here. Ha! And down we go, and back up we go. Okay, so first things first. Let's go to this part of the level. And then this is how you leave.
Try combining your supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
And unfortunately, that hint is not very helpful. Whoop. Well, Okay, now let's do a quick 180 and deal with those giant armored bugs. So, one way to deal with them is, yes, plow through them with the supercharge. Unfortunately, they don't respawn. There is another way to deal with them, and I'll show you how in a moment. But we gotta get rid of that other one. Boom. Goes the dynamite. How are you not dead? Okay. Now then, there is a whole other section to these caves here. It's actually impossible to get there with the supercharge because of 3 steps. And yes, there is a giant armored bug here. And this druid decides to be a jerk and steals off the way. So, I'm going to introduce you to a different concept. These fairies here bestow you a super flame power-up. So yes, now you can actually melt these guys. However, it is limited. Now, I never understood how to do this when I was young. And it seems I still don't know how to do it. It doesn't quite work. Can I make it over here? No, I didn't think so. I am so happy they added a different mechanic to flying later on, because it used to be so frustrating. So frustrating. Nope. So you're supposed to be able to make this jump, but for some reason, because of the way Supercharge works now in the Reignited trilogy, which I don't like, because there's like 2 different gauges on speed, and because of that, it makes this so much harder than it used to be. But yeah, you're supposed to build up speed, angle your jump, and then go over here. But it seems to be impossible for some strange reason. Don't know why. Oh. I gotta hold it a little longer, it looks like. Okay. Never mind. Guess I'll eat my words. And then here's another egg thief. And this guy's mean because he goes around this pool, and Spyro can't swim in this game. Alright, and that's the level. One of the more annoying levels are done. Now there is another level with supercharging, and jumping, and gliding that is far more annoying than that one. Those that are veterans to these games know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now for Wizard Peak. And I'm going to actually point out something very interesting to you all. Something that you may not have caught at first. Gotta wait until the music begins, though. Amanda Show. I'm not joking. They use the same background music for the Amanda Show theme song. And now you can never unhear it. You're welcome. This was another level I could never finish either, because I didn't understand how to get to the big wizards. Also, these sheep in this specific area are the only fodder in the level. Because in the original, you couldn't see if you could make it over to that wizard. Also, you could see this in the distance, so it taunted you. Yeah, this level is one of those levels where it taunts you with the rest of the collectibles with no foreseeable way to get to them. This is another one I could never finish. So, there's actually another wizard. And a lot of people never knew how to get to him. Just fly around this little mountain here. And there he is. Yeah, because normally what happens is that they go up to those platforms up there. Hey now. And then you just can't get to them. I could never figure out how to get to them. Because this is not makeable. Jumpable, I should say. Oh, I almost made a mistake there. Jarvis.
Welcome to Wizard Peak. This is my favorite supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
Avada Kedavra. You're welcome. Okay, I lied. I guess I forgot about that one. So, this guy's kinda useless. If he's the one I think he is.
Well done, Spyro. Thank you for releasing me.
Yes, he was very useless. He's just one of those thank you for releasing me dragons. Anyway, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to gain a lot of speed here. Wait until Spyro gets in that second gear, and then jump. Maybe? Nope. These jumps are going to be the bane of my existence, aren't they? There we go. Oh. Yeah, that reminds me. This is my favorite egg thief. Here's why. He just stands here and mocks you. That achievement means that's all the dragon eggs in the game. I don't know why they did that. I guess just to add an extra collectible. I don't know. I think they just want to annoy people with extra collectibles for no reason. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so build up speed, jump, and then go for it. Yes, I can never figure out how to get back here to this platform. So again, I can never truly 100% this game because I did not know how. And this was before the internet took off the way that it did. The internet was still very much in its infancy when this game came out. What are hitboxes? Oh yeah, you're another one of these guys. Oops, so much for that. Okay, there it is. All eggs found. I think you get that achievement only if you get that egg thief. The one that just stands there and taunts you because he can't possibly run away from you. Appears I am missing some gems. Where are they? Over there? But how? How does I miss those? Oh, wait a minute. Those are the ones that are just sitting here, aren't they? Yep. Alright, folks, I hope you enjoyed hearing the Amanda Show theme song. So we're about to leave the level. This guy is useless, I remember.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan's home world near the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan's homeworld? Waterfall. Sounds good.
I call him useless because I figured that out on my own years ago. I know that seems kind of mean, but yeah, it's the truth. I had no use for that dragon. Okay, so that's 3 levels down. Now to do the flying world. First, let's get back to full health. Excuse me? Okay. This one's not too bad. Starting in the next realm is when I really start hating the next world, yeah. It's when I really start hating the flying levels. Because they're just challenging for no reason. Flying through rings, huh? For a time-related mission. Where have I seen that before? And why does it fill me with some apathy? Yeah, can't think of anything. Yeah, come on, Spyro. You guys might want to increase your flight budget a bit. Because that's just sad. Now, that is the last time that I'll be doing those in order. Because the next one is so brutally difficult, you have to do it out of order in order to keep the time up. You have no choice. Now, the reason why I'm going through this again is, I don't know, because for some reason it didn't work when I did that to the fairies in Night Flight. There we go. I got it that time. Weird. Okay. Okay, and then naturally after you beat the flight level, then we take on the boss, who has a very funny name. Blowhard. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention, every boss realm has one dragon in it except the final boss. But they just give you a few tips on how to fight the boss, but some of them don't say anything at all. That's helpful anyway. Now, I believe this is a perfect boss for a skill point. Getting to the boss doesn't count, I found out. It's just you can't take any damage from the boss. I could never understood what this guy was until this game. Because his original sprite really made me question everything. Oh yeah, there's an achievement for getting through this level without falling into the water. So, all you gotta do is have a little patience. And Blowhard is not a hard boss. All you do is just... he comes down to attack you, flame him.
Releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in Crystal. And, neither do I. Who are you again?
I'm out of here.
Awkward! I think you have to just sit here and ride a bit. Yep. There it is. Okay, so this skill point was not beating him perfectly. Alright, good to know. See, how he attacks you is he'll go up there, spawn a thundercloud, and then he flies back down and tries the same thing. You ever wonder why people kind of complained and said the bosses of this game were too easy? Not a hard boss at all. And we're done. And Magic Crafters is not that tough of a world. It's a bit annoying at times, but it's not terrible. Now, the next world, however, I cannot say the same thing.
Thank you, Spyro. Hop aboard for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready. Would you like to go?
Oh boy. Now for my least favorite world in the game. Because it has some of the most difficult levels in the entire game. I would argue with the next world after this one, but I have more fun with that world. Magok? Get it? He's playing electric guitar? I'll go away now.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified chump heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
I come from the land down under. And the boars you cannot charge. Just keep that in mind. Even though it sort of looks like you could, because that's how they attack you. Now, I will say, I do like this world in the Reignited trilogy, because it just had that green hue to it, and I did not like that. It had a puke green hue to it, and I did not like that.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
Go where exactly? I mean, we are in the bayou, so... Oh yes, there is a skill point, I believe, if you destroy all these glowing mushrooms. So, should probably take a better look at the level. Look out for them. It was either an achievement or a skill point, I don't remember. Either way, you get something for doing it. I'll talk about you in a moment. I have a bone to pick with that realm. Along with anyone else who's played this game.
So sorry for all the dragons still trapped in Crystal. Maybe once you've rescued 50 dragons, I'll feel a little better.
50 dragons. Yep, that is the requirement to get to the next world. I found it funny, though, how I managed to find enough collectibles right off the bat to get to this world, though. I wasn't expecting that. I love how they just pepper in the original, the Spyro the Dragon theme and all these little themes. Do 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 do. Oh, right. One thing I always found funny about the original version of Spyro 4, which was Enter the Dragonfly. We don't talk about that game normally, but I will here for this one reason. Whenever you complete a level, it was an achievement, okay. Whenever you complete a level, it plays the, well, the Figure It... I guess the best way to explain it is from Figure It Out, whenever they figure out something on that show. I don't know. I don't really have it. See if I can find it. Yeah, if anyone heard that. Yeah, it plays that for whatever reason. Okay, so there is a skill point in this level. Make it through here without taking damage, without getting electrocuted. Rather, without getting electrocuted on the floor by the floors. You'll see what I mean. Well, you already saw it in the home world, where the Norks were standing on those metal platforms and electrifying them. That's what I mean by that. Again, this is why I like this version, because it at least makes the swamp look somewhat better. I know it still has that puke green hue to it, but at least it's tolerable in this version. Yeah, you could tell that they did not spend a lot of time on this world in the original. Wow, those travel farther than they should. That's not even remotely fair. I love how the mimics yield an extra life, because that's totally not how that works. Huh. I never noticed those totems before.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
So, what you do is just wait patiently for these guys and just attack them. Oh yes, you see these buckled up chests. You actually cannot open these yet. You will in a moment. All you do is wait and go for it. Wait and gun it. And then they get a little jerkish with the enemy placement after a while. Oh, I like this guy.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp? I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought of it. See, that makes more sense. It was just green swamp water and an abyss. I mean, that's essentially what it is, but at least it looks like a waterfall this time. Now that one's tricky. Skill point. Just make it to the level, end of the level without taking damage from the electrified floors. But that's not what I'm here for, because there's still more to this level. I see me missing those. Okay, so I actually did figure this out when I was younger. When I was still a kid. When I was a kid when I played this game. God, how long ago was that? 22 years ago? 23 years ago? I'm 30, for those of you who don't know. But, still. I just decided that one day, hey, I actually make enough money to buy equipment, so let's actually try to showcase me actually playing games. It's one of the few things I'm actually good at, sadly. And then you realize that your existence is interesting after that, but oh well. But the reason it's like that is because athletically gifted I was not. Also, being born with bad lungs doesn't do me any favors either. So, yeah. So, yes. Long story short, if I get sick, I really get it. I'm happy I came out on the other end of, well, you know what. Okay, Terrace Village is the only good level, in my opinion. This one, I do not like, but we gotta do it. Because this level is notoriously hard. It's the credits theme for Spyro. So, fun fact, in the original, you don't really see it. I also hate these things. They shake and rustle when you get close to them, and yes, they will try to eat you. Now, if you have no health yet, they do straight up just eat. They do just straight up eat you. Okay, these things are a menace. Those giant frogs. Oh my, do I not like those enemies. Good thing you only deal with them in one level. Same goes for these weird plant things.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yeah, that's what those things are. Ooh, this'll be fun. That was rude. This is not good. Nork rules. I never noticed that before, that banner. Okay. Okay, good. Now this part is bullet hell, is what I call it. Because of these darn frogs. Oh, if you missed those Norks, good luck. Yep, I wasn't joking. That is part of the reason why this level is so hard. That small room is why. Unfortunately, it's required. I like this approach a little better, though. Take out the frogs, and then worry about the Norks later, because the Norks are stationary. Oh, God.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why? I remember,
Gotta go.
The humor that this game has sometimes. Did I get the treasure behind here? No. Okay, that was probably the best run I've had of that area. I love how Spyro can't swim in this game. Just, what? Then we have another one of these scenarios, except with these plants.
Thank you for releasing me.
Add to the tally. I even count that Damon as a thank you for releasing me, Dragon, because he started with the phrase. Sure, take out my enemies for me. I appreciate it.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons, after all.
I love the ding at the end. Very animated. Very anime. Let's put it that way. Now see, that makes no sense. How? How does that work? It's so satisfying to do that. Seem to be short. I had a feeling this would happen. Thank goodness we have this little compass. And sparks. Ow. It blended in too well with the background. Alright, time for the elephant in the room. The very large elephant in the room. The treetops. An infamously difficult level in this game. And yet another level that I could never finish as a kid. Till I just decided to experiment one day. Now, normally what the dragons are supposed to do is give you hints as you release them. Also, don't bother trying to catch this thief. You never will. Also, these guys are called Banana Boys, and there's some sort of monkey. Now, if you actually manage to catch up to those thieves, they will show you what you need to do to make it through this level. But if you're a completionist and have to collect everything, you're going to miss them. Because once they get to a certain point, they're on autopilot and just rush forward, and then you never see them again. So, yeah, the gimmick of this level is also supercharged ramps. And this is when it's at its worst.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops. Don't just stop at one supercharge.
He has a point. But we're not really going to listen to him. At least initially. Ooh, I almost died. Got hit with those bananas and then almost tumbled off to the abyss. Oh yes, I should also mention, the background of this level was used in a different level in Spyro 3, just with one added feature. It's honestly one of the laziest pieces of design in the series, but I understand because Spyro 3, they were strapped for time. And then obviously with this remake, they have more time. So, yes, this is the end of the level. I never understood how this level worked when I was younger. I never understood. I guess I'm just going to call these bigger guys monkey boys. Cue Diamond Dallas Page. Now there's a reference. Okay, so now then, there was a completely different section with a different thief. Now these are gem thieves. Now this thief you can actually catch if you're quick enough, and he'll show you what you need to do. But that's not what we're going to do. That's why I'm here. I'm going to explain how this works. First, let's get the treasure that we can, plus the dragon.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far. I'm all over it.
Okay. Now, here's what you gotta do. First, we are going to head up here. Hooray for backtracking. You're probably going to see a lot of it from me in this level, because I am prone to messing up. Okay, so how this works. You start at this ramp here. if you can make the darn jump. Yeah, that's what I mean by the supercharged ramps work against you in this game. Okay. That one you can't blame me for. Really? How are you supposed to... Okay. I seem to be doing this wrong. Alright. Nope. Not gonna make it. And this is why this level is notoriously difficult, especially in the remake. Because for some reason, they make supercharging so much harder in this game. Because there's a wind-up now. Because you notice how he starts charging, and then there's like 2 different auras that appear. That's not supposed to happen. So what you're supposed to do is veer far right here, and then take that ramp all the way up, and then jump, and then jump, and then jump. It's going to take a lot of trial and error, because like I said, the supercharged ramps in this game are a bit wonky now. Because you can't quite make these jumps, even though you should be able to. But you need a little more build-up. And it's not working. What's going on? What's going on? Alright. Seem to be missing something here. Don't think I would have made that otherwise. Seem to be forgetting something. No. No. I think I'm doing it right. I'm doing it the way you're supposed to, but it's being irritating. How? You're supposed to be able to make that. I don't know what's going on. I'm burning through my lives like crazy now. You're supposed to be able to make that, but for some reason it's not letting me. What's going on? Why am I not making this? Anyway, I think you people can understand why this is not a very liked level. Because you're supposed to be able to make that, but you can't. Because you're supposed to be able to make this first jump. So I don't know what's exactly going on. I come just short of being able to make it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. There we go. Okay. Then do this. Nope, didn't make it. Nope, didn't make it. Ah, the jumping is so difficult. Nope, didn't make it. I think I'm jumping too early. I think I'm jumping. Anyway, I'm burning through my lives like crazy now. Why am I not making this? What's going on here? Okay. Whoop, that's not supposed to happen. See, you're supposed to be able to make it, then go onto that ramp, and then veer over to the other ramp, and then there's one ramp that you jump off of, to get to this very difficult dragon. And for some reason, the jumping is not working. I don't know what's going on here. I have cold feet. Okay. If I know I'm not going to make it, I'm just going to stop. I'm not sure what's going on, but the timing isn't working correctly. It's going to waste more time, but I've got to... If I can make it back up without losing lives, I'm going to do it that way now. It's going to make things tedious, I know, but there's nothing I can do about it. Nope. See, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Do I have to jump literally at the last second? No, I did that, and it didn't work. I'm gonna run out of lives here. Or I get a game over. How are you supposed to make that? I did once, but I can't do it again. And then, yeah, you're supposed to be able to make that jump, but that jump didn't work. Nope. I don't remember what happens if you get a game over. I think you just get spat out back to the main world. Spat out into the main world. We're just going to keep trying until we get it. I'm just not going to talk about it. Why? Why am I always short? Why am I... Nope, nope, come on. Oh, this is my last chance. And we are out of lives. Yeah, it just spits you out to the home world. Okay, that makes sense. Only 4 lives. Ouch. But we gotta do it. Now you understand why this level is so infamous. Because the jumping doesn't quite work. Okay, so it saves your progress from the level, at least. So, it's going to be pretty straightforward then. We're going to do it until we get there, folks. It might take a few tries, though. I could just kind of bum rush now. Which is not working! See, you're supposed to be able to make that jump, but you can't. I don't understand. I even jump at literally the last second, and it still doesn't count. So I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what, though. Cold Feet would not have been able to make it. Cold Feet would not have been able to make it. And what you're supposed to do is jump over there and then take that ramp. It's very weird how this path is set up. And because of this, see, your end goal is over... I don't know if you can see it. But it's over there. They taunt you with this dragon and gems. And it looks like you might be able to make it, but there's these barriers in the way. So yes, you have to take this path to get there. And this path is not exactly working for some reason, so... Let me see if the other path at least works. I don't know what's going on with this one. Because again, you have to build up the momentum in order to make it. But under most circumstances, you can't. Okay. This one is a little less complicated. It's still complicated how you do it, but it's less complicated than the first one, than the first series of jumps I'm trying to do. And I'm with the people that agree. I agree with the people that say they should not have changed the way supercharging worked. How it used to work is you just immediately had the speed. There was no build-up necessary. But now they decided to add the build-up, and it just doesn't work. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Again, don't fix what isn't broken, folks. Okay, so I didn't get the jump right there. That's what happened. I'm jumping too early. Okay, I'm starting to understand now. I'm jumping too early. Yeah, unfortunately, these paths are very unforgiving. And again, I wish there was a mechanic that was added in the second and third game that was not in this one, but I understand in the original they didn't think of that. Yeah, see how there's like a build-up of momentum? Just missed it. Just missed it. But yeah, that's how you're supposed to get up there. But again, as I mentioned, I just missed it. I'm starting to understand what I'm doing wrong, but it doesn't make this any less tedious of backtracking all the way back to that part of the level. Always get that first jump right. Ah, just short. Jumped too early. Well, again, at least I know what I'm doing wrong now. I'm jumping too early. Problem is, I get nervous and I tend to jump the gun. I wish that first ramp and that other jump was a little bit longer, so you could build up the momentum a lot more easily. What? Why? I thought I made that. Nope, guess not. Well, this is what, attempt number 4 in this jump? I don't even know how I did it the first time when I played this. I guess it was just by some miracle. I have no idea. Now see, that thief is very slow, and that time I made it. At least to this one. The other one is not going to be as simple, I'm afraid. But that's how you get to that area. Alright, time for some more backtracking. I know I keep promising VODs for YouTube, but I just can't do it right now because I don't have any editing software that's not a piece of junk that I can at least afford. Can't really afford Adobe Premiere yet, but we'll get there. Okay. Nope. Just short. Just short. I wasn't going to make it. I can tell when I'm going to be short. I love how this first jump is the biggest hump I have to get through. The second jump is tricky, yes, but not impossible. For some reason, this initial jump is just impossible. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Am I jumping too early? Is my timing off? Or do I just not have enough speed build up? See, that's the issue I have with this version of the game. Because the original, I could do these supercharged ramps with my eyes closed. I'm not joking, I can. What? Okay, that was BS. I call BS on that. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. In the effort to save time, I'm just going to save my progress here. If the game would let me.
Hi, Spyro.
No? Okay. Well. No, I wasn't going to make it. Okay. I wish there was an easier way back there than just dying. But no, you gotta go all the way through the level just to get there again. If I can't get it after a few more attempts, I'm just going to put a pin in this level where I'll have to either off-screen it or I'll have to come back to it. Because for some reason, it's being very difficult today. No, he wasn't going to make it. Well, I burned through like 29 lives, so I failed this over 30 times, so you think I would have learned by now, but because of the way this game is, it's very difficult to figure it out what the issue is. See, the main issue I'm noticing is he's just short. Just too short. See? Just too shy from making it there. And there's another game over. Like I said, this level is very difficult to complete. And again, I say in the original, yeah, the original, it wasn't as difficult. I don't know what the deal is, like why they had to change the way supercharging works. I really wish they had not. Because it was fine the way it was. There was no, like, shifting momentum. You were just ready to go immediately. And you gain more speed by, as that dragon said, don't stop at one supercharge. Which is actually a good hint, if it actually worked the way it was supposed to. Alright, so here's my ultimatum. I have 5 more lives and 6, therefore 6 more attempts. If I cannot do it in 6 more attempts, I may just have to off-screen this or put a pin in it for now. I don't know why he doesn't make it. That's so frustrating. Yeah, he just can't make it. I don't know what's going on. He just doesn't make it. Alright. Just shutting my mic off because I'm getting increasingly frustrated. Alright folks, I think we're just going to have to put a pin in this and come back to it. Because, I can't do it. I don't know what's going on, he just misses the jump every time. Just barely misses it. I don't know if my timing is off or something, or I'm just... I don't know. So I'm going to try something else. 1 second. See if lowering the quality might actually help a little. Going to shift it to 60 frames per second, see if that actually helps a little. I know it's going to look wonky, but at least the timing is going to work. Wow, that is different. Because I was able to do this in the PS4 version, which does run at 60 frames per second. So, maybe that may help a little bit. Watch me get first try, and that was my problem. Okay, let me change a couple more things. Nope. Just shy again. But that time it was a little closer. So, I think that was the issue. Just shy. I did that jump perfectly. Come on, game. What? He was up there. Come on. Okay, finally. Got the first jump, but now for the second jump, which is much harder. Now for this final jump. Okay, and that is how you get to the end of this level. Why was it that hard? Alright, let's reset things now that we don't need to worry about that as much now. Okay.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
You know, that's a good question. Does this guy just live here? Is this his hut? Because why in the world was he out here? Well, that was much harder than it needed to be. Now let's just continue the level normally. Or fail miserably yet again, even though it doesn't matter now. I would just click exit level, but unfortunately it doesn't count if you do that. I don't know why. Yes, it does not count towards the completion of the level if you just leave. Because that makes sense. Okay, let's leave this realm and not talk about it again. We shall discuss that no further. That's probably like a tip number 40 something. I honestly lost count. Let me think. Took about 30 tries and we lost all those lives. Then we had 2 more game overs in a row, so that's 6 more lives each. So it took me 43 tries to get it. Okay, and now this is when the fight levels start to suck. It's not as straightforward. The time limit is not as helpful, and you have to multitask. You don't have a choice. You have to do multiple things at once, basically. Seem to be missing a chest. Oh well, let's get the planes while we're at it. Seem to be missing a chest. I don't know where it is. Oh, never mind. Try again. Oh. I missed that chest, right. That's what it was. So yes, in order to reach the time limit requirements, you are going to have to multitask. So do several little things at once. One more boater. Okay. That works. Okay, one more boater and I got plenty of time. Or I could hit the wall and fail. That works too. But anyway, you get the idea. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Might as well get the rest of the boaters while I'm at it. Well, that was unnecessary. I don't think I have enough time now. Okay. Maybe I don't need to do that. Let's just go ahead and get the arches out of the way. I'll take care of the boat. I'll ignore the boaters for now. Now I'll go after them. So that way I don't lose track of them. Okay, now then. Time for this whole other section with the chests and the planes. We still got plenty of time. Now I can multitask with these guys. And there we go. Okay. No extras, no fairies, no mess. Just end the level. Okay, next we have the boss. Now, this is actually one of the harder bosses in the game. Sadly, it is one of the only hard bosses. Because the bosses in this game are kind of jokes. You saw how easy Blowhard was. Shemp wasn't that hard. Toasty, getting to him is more difficult. But anyway, this guy is called Metalhead. Gee, I wonder what that means. At least they're being a little more literal with the naming convention for the bosses. And yes, there is a skill point. Defeat Metalhead by taking no damage. Getting to him doesn't count. Oh, and yes, the Banana Boys are now wearing metal armor, so flaming them does nothing. And yes, these guys can launch them at you. Bit of a weird concept, but considering we had their suicide soldiers in Dr. Shemp's level, I guess it makes sense. Okay. Now this level is pretty straightforward, but there is a secret. It's down here. There's this little part that's busted out, and this is where the rest of the treasure is for the level. Also, don't let the whirlwind suck you in there. Just keep going up, and then you'll find a key eventually. For the longest time, I never could figure out where that was. Because there's a chest later in the level. Could never figure it out. Okay, now you take the whirlwind. And I can never figure out how to get up here either. Till one day I just looked around. They say gamers never look up. No, they never look down half the time either. Or, you know, gamers' attention spans aren't as high as they should be. I'll fully admit that. Now, I used to think that this guy was Spyro's father.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
So this boss can only directly hurt you in one way. He fires this laser at you. Otherwise, he just tosses minions at you, which is kind of messed up if you think about it. Kind of. Just kind of. And then he has these endless parade of minions that will attack you. But they all die and turn into gems as soon as you clear the area. He can also accidentally destroy them, which I find hilarious. And skill point. Took no damage. Now, what makes him challenging is, yes, you have to multitask. You have to keep an eye on him with his laser and the enemies that he throws at you. He's the first one to really challenge your ability to multitask. That's why I call him a harder boss, but he's not particularly difficult. Also, this is how many minions were waiting. Otherwise, pretty straightforward level. Now, sometimes I can't make this jump. We'll see. That should be the theme for this episode. I can't make jumps today. There we go. Oh, I seem to be missing a gem. Where is it? Oh. From one of his minions. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, the achievements for this game are pretty easy. I platinumed it on my PS4. Well, 5 now. But I did platinum it. Okay. Most annoying realm is finished. World.
Oh, I feel much better. Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
Now, have you noticed a theme here with the dragons? The artisans, they were more artsy and had a bunch of cool little features or niche features to some of them. The peacekeepers were more warlike. The magic crafters were more like potion brewers and sages, as well as alchemists, I guess I should say. Potion brewers, what am I talking about? And then beast makers are the ones that create all the beasts you see. Dreamweavers, I think that kind of speaks for itself. Okay, these enemies are called fools. Fitting. At least they're more animated in this version. Because before they were kind of generic. Isn't this technically treason? This fool over here blasting this cannon, weakening his fellow mates. I guess he's a fool's fool, huh?
Hello, Spyro.
Nicely done.
I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Now, these dragons in the Dreamweavers, they look more fantastical. So, as if they're plucked out of a fantasy world, because this is where all the dreams are made in the Dragon Realms. An interesting concept, I gotta say. And now we can use this cannon against them. I love the noise that the female fools made in the original whenever you defeat him. Bow!
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
So yeah, that's one of the gimmicks to this world. You can attack these fools and then something changes. Now they're invincible, so they really do take no damage, but they do change something in the level when you attack them. Get used to seeing them. They're going to be menaces throughout most of the levels in this realm. Again, I think this the hub areas are called realms, and the world, sorry, and the portals are realms. Okay, so there's a very not so known Easter egg right here. This wall doesn't exist. This was apparently a test area that they left in the game originally, and then they just made an invisible wall in this game. In the remake. Now if you're fast enough, you don't even need to attack the other fool. It is the flying world. I don't like that one either. It is annoying. Oh yeah, another thing about Dreamweavers is all the realms in the world are above bottomless pits. Yes, we're really going into that cliche. I think technically speaking, you're supposed to free this dragon first, but ah well.
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Alright, and that is all for this level. Okay, so 3 worlds, 3 realms in the world, 1 flight level, 1 boss level, as usual. Let's hit Lofty Castle first, but instead, I'm going to take a quick break, so I will be right back. Production values. Alright, we are back. Oh, they're so happy. And now they're not. Okay, Lofty Castle. Probably my least favorite level in the Dreamweavers. Because, you thought we were done with Supercharge? Oh, no, we're not. That's exactly how I feel about it. Just torture. Of course, I love the music and the aesthetic of this realm. Also, those birds are horrifying. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. Just had a dope moment there. Derp. There we go, I had a derp moment. Speaks for itself. The guy's holding a balloon and floating somehow. Oh well, video game logic, and it works for the realm known as the Dreamweavers, and holy crap, those cupids are horrifying. So the gimmick of this level is there are fairies throughout the level that are imprisoned. You have to rescue a set amount of them, typically 3. Do not feed. That's horrible. And then what they do is they open a new path for you. It's actually pretty neat. I like this idea.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
What's with the doll? That's kind of disturbing. So it is actually possible to cheese this chest. You don't even need the key. And what's funny is if you have the key and do cheese the chest, the key just vanishes. It's actually pretty funny. I really wish there was an achievement for it because that would be so random to have. I think that's this level.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yep. You're going to be hearing that a lot more often. At least the thank you for releasing me dragons at least have an aesthetic to them, or they actually enunciate themselves differently. Whereas in the original, all you had were, I think it was 3 different voice lines for the thank you for releasing me. There was, thank you for releasing me. And then, thank you for releasing me. And then, thank you for releasing me. Yes, quite. Okay, you can't make it up there. There is a skill point involved with this level, though. Huh. I never noticed the whistling before. In the soundtrack for this world. You know, I always find it funny whenever enemies make their weaknesses obvious. I think that just takes you back over there. No, it leads to the return home portal. Or the vortex thingamajigger. As Aster said. One sec. Ugh, sorry, I had to sneeze there. Now this one's kind of cool, how they have this set up. Of course, I still gotta beat that other Nork, but it is neat how they have that set up.
Ah, Spyro. Thanks. Supercharged.
He looks like a typical dragon from China.
Lofty castle too. See where it takes you.
And there's the key behind him. I have words to say about this, and a lot of them are not nice. Not nice. Nope. At least it's not as punishing as Treetops was. The backtracking's not as painful. In more ways than one. Okay, so there is an achievement to make it up to that one platform. I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try. But I can try. The platform on the right with the tree. But let's just go ahead and get the gems and such first. Before we get too distracted. Nope, that was bad. Camera. No. Not quite. Yeah, some of these achievements are a little unforgiving. Especially if they involve supercharge ramps. Ugh! Nope. Like I said, at least it's not as punishing as Treetops is. Treetops, it punishes you by death if you fail those jumps. Ay. So I'll just get the chest legitimately. But yes, it is possible to bash through this chest without ever having to use the key, and the key just gets thrown away. Huh? How? What? Oh. Okay. I guess I just completely overlooked this area. There's that. But this was the first level that made me rethink the supercharge ramps a bit. Like, maybe there is more to this than I thought. Nope. He just can't make it. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Just get to the end of the level already. Also, the place is called Lofty Castle, and it's like, is it really a castle? Well, if you look around, yes it is. Oh yeah, that's right, the exit's on the other side. Oh well. Shut your face. Okay, Haunted Towers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that my original copy of Spyro the Dragon, it's pretty messed up. Like, it's gotten scratches and everything. Because you remember, back in the day, those discs were not very good. I think they used, like, the blue discs. Not to be confused with Blu-ray of today. But, in every world, there was one soundtrack that would not work because of all those scratches. In the Artisans, honestly, the Artisans didn't have any problem. No, the Hub World did. The Artisans itself would screw up. Then Peacekeeper's Dry Canyon soundtrack would not work. Magic Crafters didn't have any issue. No, wait, the flight level didn't work. Then, Beastmakers, the soundtrack for Terrace Village did not work. Breakdancing! Anyway, and then Dreamweaver's This World did not work. And the final realm, there is also a level that the soundtrack did not work. Now, yes, these suits of armor can be reanimated by these wizards here. And they'll do one of two things to you. They'll either just be in your way, or they'll attack you. The ones that are just in your way, they just cannot budge. You can't get around them. That's it. So what are you supposed to do in this situation? Well, now for some super fire. Bye to you. Open the door. And then you just gotta keep going back to refill. I love the sound effect it makes. Never noticed that before. And yes, you have seen those little wizards before, but these ones are slightly different. While they attack you the same, as you saw, they're able to reanimate the suits of armor. Now these guys carry bombs in this game. In the original, they use hand grenades. And I think you understand why they got changed. Oh, censorship. This was also another level I could not 100% at first as well. There is a secret to this level, much to my dismay, which is why I just decided to get it over with first. Well, somewhat first. And yeah, your Super Flame opens up those metal chests there.
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
I was about to say, does that reset it? If so, I think I found a game-breaking bug. In my favor, anyway. Get out of my way. And you can die. Wonderful. More supercharging. Aye. Well, how much worse can this gimmick get? The answer is very. You'll understand what I mean in a moment.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
So for the longest time, I could never understand what this room was for. It is the room you are supposed to supercharge from. Yep, it's another one of these levels. Hopefully I can get it right. First try. Okay. Now you are against the clock here. I recommend there is a dragon here. Just go ahead and release him. If you end up not having enough time, you can just die and restart.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
Can I have some of that? You have to be fast. You can't let these guys get in your way. Because there is one suit of armor that if it's reanimated before you can get to him, it's impossible to make it through. Okay. So, let's get a checkpoint, and I just need to die. Whee! Whee! Alright. Gotta focus. Ha! And that's how you get up here. Because this is where this fairy is. Now, I believe this fairy is infinite. Or it just counts down faster. Nope, it's infinite. Malicious spirits inhabiting a suit of armor. How original. Oh hey, we're back here. Okay, whatever you do, do not let any of the other fairies kiss you, because it will get rid of the infinite super flame. And we are done. That's it for that level. See, these levels aren't as painful as the last ones were. Of course, I say that I'm about to eat my words. I saved the best level for last, though. Because, has anyone noticed that these, save for Lofty Castle does have those, their share of it. But have you noticed the nightmare fuel for a lot of the characters? This is where the epitome of nightmare fuel happens. But this is also my favorite level in this realm. My favorite realm in this world, rather. So yes, you have these enemies. You have hellhounds and these turtles. And they turn into that at night. I told you this level is nightmare fuel.
The enemies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the Reignited version of the music. Let's play the original. And yes, how this works is you have to attack these fools, and they turn into lamps and illuminate the area. But there are a couple of fools in the air in this realm that do not turn their lamps on.
Thank you for releasing me.
Now these guys are possible to beat, but the turtles are not. Because they're armored. And that's the end of the level, but obviously, look how low our gem count is.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nork.
That's me, all right.
Okay, so one thing that I never knew was look down here. And here's a whole other half of the level. Now this is what I mean. This fool will never turn his light on. So you have to attack him. You don't have a choice. I was trying to make that Cupid do friendly fire. They do in the original. It's actually kind of funny. I think this is another thank you for releasing me, Dragon.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate to be trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one that's gonna be trapped is him.
Nope, I think that's further on in the level. I know he has a roll mechanic, but I never really found a use for that. Now this is a thank you for releasing me, Dragon. But he looks cool, if I remember.
Thank you for releasing me.
And that's it for the level. And this is easily one of my favorite levels in the game because they encourage you to look down. Which is different. Okay, now we go for the flying level. And then the boss. Now this one is the one that I absolutely despise. Wild Flight was difficult, but it's doable. This one you do have to multitask. You don't have a choice. Ah. I love how the music just stops when you fail. It's a very nice touch. I love how I whiffed that. Just why? Nope, I didn't have order. There is still a specific order in which you do this, though. And I'll fail immediately. I love how Spyro gets mad when you fail. What are hitboxes? Let's try that again. Okay, so it wasn't as out of order as I thought. Okay then. So maybe we don't have to multitask, at least in this part. Whoopsie. Well, that's a problem. Oh, there it is. Do do do. Had just enough time. Fly like an eagle. What's the name of that achievement? I remember that one being much harder. 10,000 gems. So, shortcut to the boss level. Just go down here. And it's right here. Okay, Jacques. And I believe that the skill point is, again, no damage. Against the boss, that is. Now, this world's a little... this realm's a little unique for a boss realm because there's 2 dragons in it. Neither of which are very helpful, though. I think there's an achievement in this level, too. And then you have these Eldritch Abominations as enemies. This is the other level where the fools become a pest. I guess Stuart Copeland's job was to take any version of the main theme from Spyro and make it sound as weird as possible. Yes, for the longest time, I did not know what that second fool did until I looked over here one day.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Take care.
Yep, he's just a thank you for releasing me, dragon. Okay, so that's all he does is just give you that one platform. Supposed to be able to make this. If you can. Ouch. That's lava. Okay, a little more trial and error, perhaps. There are levels that love to do this to me, aren't there? Nope. I always hate that there are levels like this. So the achievement here is to take all these guys down in one go. Which I did. I think I'm going to be just short again. Yep. Why? This is why I really am annoyed that that one mechanic was not in this game. Finally. Why did they do that? That's so tantalizing. Oh well. I'll take the death this time. Because it just respawns me over here. What? Man, I'm getting crapped on today. I'll be fair with you. What's kind of getting me is, you see how he does that little flutter that he's supposed to do if he doesn't just make it? It doesn't work half the time. Okay, now for the boss itself. Now, again, the dragons aren't very helpful, and this guy's another example of that.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
Yeah, that's not random. This boss made no sense in the original. Because he never emoted. Well, yeah. Where is he pointing to? Is there something I missed over here? How is that possible? Alright, the gems from those guys. Okay, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I always noticed that that fool never seemed to do anything. So I was like, what was the point of him? And then I saw this one day. What? I'll fight the boss again? So the leader of the fools was a jack-in-the-box. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Well done, Spyro. I hope Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
And now the final realm. Final world. Now, because I am OCD, I try not to collect any of the gems until all the pathways are open. But it looks like I did anyway.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on. I'm ready.
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
Yeah, they made me grab 10 gems. Oh well. Might as well grab them then.
Needle it.
We will not speak of what just happened there. Okay, so this world, North Cove, is the one where the music did not work in my original disc. But that was it. Then this is the level that introduces the concept of hitting barrels back at your opponent. Ah, they changed that. They used to just drop the barrel where it was, and it was funny when they did that. TNT barrels. Very creative, eh? And these guys have armor on them, but they're holding TNT barrels, which I find funny. Because you can do that to them. It blows off their armor, which is funny. You're not supposed to do that, but I like to do it that way because it's funnier. There's a lot of irony behind it. Now, the metal barrels just squish you. But the TNT barrels, yeah, you can guess what they do.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
I enjoyed that delivery from Tom Kenny. It was pretty charming. Now what you're supposed to do is this. It's just funnier to ignite the barrel in his hands. Two birds, one stone. I just love how they make a noise before they explode, like TNT crates from Crash Bandicoot. And one of the gimmicks of Nasty's world is you find a bunch of dragons you already released.
Wow. I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
One sec. My water. Ah, there it is. That's where I came from. Okay. That's where I came from. What are hitboxes? You know, you would think that would make it too hot for them to stand on. Just saying. Oh well, video game logic, what can I say? Now these guys wisen up. They block the way, they have armor, and they're holding the metal barrels. They're not that much smarter though. I'll be fair with you. Yes, that was the one you... Okay, yes, that was another barrel. Wow. That was another chest you could cheese. The key for it is back this way. Where these guys were standing. But I find it funny that you can just knock a barrel into it and blow it open anyway. I always found that kind of funny. And if you happen to have the key, it just vanishes from your inventory. Or... Now these guys will trick you because there's water down there. But anyway. Getting off topic. Yes, if you have your key in the inventory, the key in your inventory, it will just vanish. And then as you saw, it just despawned from the level. I always found it funny that you could do that. Alrighty. And we're done. Next is Twilight Harbor. Now, I seem to notice that Nasty's world seems to revolve around coves and harbors. So... Are you telling me that he had control of the entire shipping industry? If so, that's pretty bad, actually. So, the Norks in this world are far lamer than they once were. They're using, like, Splatoon weapons and crates and things like that. It's not as intuitive. Nice shot. Yes, they use actual guns in the original. And it just doesn't feel the same when they do that. But I understand. They can't just... And these guys threw grenades. So... And these guys, I think, are called Nork Grunts and Nork Commandos. So this is the where the backbone of Nasty's military trains at.
Thank you for rescuing me.
In the original, he was just a generic "thank you for releasing me" dragon with a generic voice, which was weird. So at least he was slightly different in this version. He still essentially says "thank you for releasing me," but at least he says it in his own way, with the rolling R's. Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget that there's an achievement, there's a skill point in this world. So there are some gears that you're going to see throughout the level. Torch them. Don't think I find them this far back, though. No. Now, there is supercharge in this level, but it's not irritating.
Be on the lookout for North Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Yep, that's what you gotta do for that chest. Now, there's a drawbridge here. And you gotta wind it up. Supercharge and a drawbridge. Huh. There's supposed to be gears in this level, but they don't seem to be appearing. Huh. How odd. Okay, the gears do appear, they're just hard to spot. Got it. So, I know there's one earlier in the level. Ah. Pardon me. Whew. Sorry about that. Ryu has some very annoying seasonal allergies. If you hear him sneeze randomly, that would be why. And yes, I am on medication for it, but it only does so much. It just makes me significantly less miserable than I would normally be. One year it was so bad I couldn't stop sneezing. It was a major issue. As you all could probably imagine. Okay. That was cruel and unusual punishment there. Man, that has so much knockback. Have to do those achievements at a later time. Now to confront Nasty himself. Let's heal first. Now, this level still has treasure in it, but there are no dragons. I guess it wouldn't make a lot of sense for dragons to be literally in Nasty's realm. So, how this works is Nasty's actually a stinking coward. He actually just hides up there and blasts at you. So I bet you all wonder what you're supposed to do. Well, there are these thieves running around that have the keys up to him. That lead up to him. I'm not a recycled enemy at all. Missed. Okay, so there's one key, and that leads to this door, which leads to another thief with another key. You know, these guys were part of your security force. That's some pretty bad security, I've got to say. Now he actually starts running for it as soon as you get up here. And he's actually very fast. So yeah, if you don't get to him in a certain amount of time, he'll just run for it again. But this time I'm not distracted by the treasure, so I can just chase him down. Now you gotta chase him down, and these platforms are shrinking.
You're toast, Nork.
Yep, and that's all there is to it. And there's no sound in the cutscene. Oh well. So, that's it for Spyro 1. Or is it? I don't think Nestor's too amused. Anyway. So another dragon randomly appears.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Well, guess what? With that dragon, we did. And this is just the bonus level. There are one of these in all three of the Spyro trilogies, in which you just have a fun level full of these little challenges that just yielded some extra money to have more than 100% for the game. That's really it. Okay, so it looks like I won't be able to make this, right? Well, this is actually the flight level for this realm, which is interesting. And as its name suggests, this is where you're going to find a crap load of treasure. I believe there's 2,000 gems total you can find here. And yes, there are egg thieves running around, and all they're carrying is just treasure. And keys to the upper levels. Now, one thing I will mention, there's like an invisible ceiling here. You can only fly so high. That's because you gotta chase down these thieves, get the keys, and unlock these doors. And those doorways will make it so your flight limit goes up. And now the flight limit's a little higher. Just a little. Now we can get to that other thief. Okay, okay. I was not expecting that. Okay, that was glorious. Oh, that was glorious. I was not expecting that to hit him. Oh my. That was so great. Okay, now this is where the thieves get a little meaner. So you saw how that one was in a plane, right? Yep, gotta do that. You gotta chase him down in a plane, but that time I guess he glitched and kind of flew right at me, so I'll take it. Alright. And this guy's waiting for you. This guy is difficult, and hopefully he won't fly at me like that other guy did. Guess these egg thieves should have been the pilots for these planes all along. Because they seem more competent than the Norks are. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to unlock the entire way up. After you do, you have free roam of this entire place now, and there's no, well, there's still a ceiling, but there's no height limit anymore. So it makes it a lot easier to find the rest of the treasure. And then you just go up here, and this is where the game began. In his dreams, perhaps. Imagination, rise with devastation. Not really. Confidence, there's nothing standing between your goal but a tiny purple dragon. Truth, Knowledge is the power to turn dragons to crystal. Teamwork is the... is it Norse who can't do it themselves. Patience is for dragons. Practice. It's not about being the best. It's about destroying everyone else. I never noticed those before. Those are great. Oh, right. One more firecracker. There we go. And that is everything in Spyro the Dragon 1. Sans, you know, skill points and some achievements, which I've already done in another lifetime, but I pointed some of them out to you. Spyro the Dragon, you defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, and saved all the dragons and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel? I feel fired up, Bob, and I'm happy for the Dragon World, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions. What's a minion? Never mind. You know what they say, for every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again. And then you just warp back to the Orison's world where everything begins again. But we have done everything in Spyro 1. As you can see, game total is 120%. Only in a little under 4 hours. How about that? Okay, folks. So, next, we head to Spyro the Dragon 2, Ripto's Rage. Now, I'm not going to really do too much in this. I'm probably going to do a few levels and then call it quits. Is this rain ever going to stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm, somewhere sunny. Oh, Dragon Shores. Yeah, I haven't been there since we kicked Gnasty Gnorc's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Gnorc. Okay, I think I have a feeling that the cutscenes are disabled for copyright reasons. Let me see what's going on with that. Let me see. Yeah, that must be the case. Anyway, I guess we're just going to skip some story beats, huh? Let me actually see what's going on with that.